So what is asset protection planning? Asset protection planning is proactive legal action that protects your assets from creditors, divorce, lawsuits, or judgments. Now, this involves a series of legal and lawful techniques that can deter a lawsuit. And it can also provide you with power when negotiating a settlement. And most importantly, it can help prevent the seizure of your assets when somebody does get a judgment against you. I've been in the asset protection business since 1991. Our company started in 1906, and I believe we have over 65,000 clients in our database. And as you can see on our website, we meet with world leaders and have contributed to many of the asset protection laws in various countries. We have attorneys on our staff who can also answer your asset protection questions. Now, if you like this video, please click like below and ask any questions or comments that you may have. And when you click on the subscribe button, when I create new videos like this one, you'll get notified. Now, at the core of any asset protection plan is a professional and legal examination. So an expert can assess your financial situation, assets, risks, as well as personal or family goals. And like I say, we have attorneys on our staff who can do this for you. Now, there's a variety of legal techniques you can implement that provide a range of protective features, and this can be from a simple financial privacy structure, such as owning your home in a land trust, all the way to judgment-proof asset protection, such as an offshore trust, the most powerful asset protection tool. Now, your best bet is to set up asset protection planning before you need it. But the problem is, most people wait until the fox is already in the hen house before they call us. So there are options that can provide asset protection after a lawsuit is filed. Nevertheless, plans are much more effective for those who have the foresight to set them up before a lawsuit strikes. So to get complete information to understand your needs, that's important. But once you do get an understanding, take action. Just head knowledge is not going to help you. You actually need to have your assets in the proper legal tools that provide the asset protection that you need. So wealth protection, when to act. If you think or you know that somebody is going to sue you, don't wait any longer. Look at your options immediately and take action right away. Asset protection planning is creating a complete financial plan, taking one's entire situation into perspective. And examples include state homestead protection laws, corporations and LLCs, and asset protection trusts. And this often includes multiple jurisdictions, and this means setting up entities in foreign countries where the laws are much more favorable to the defendant or the debtor. Now, we have an article called 5 Legal Tools to Protect Your Assets from a Lawsuit that discusses some specific strategies. You can Google it for more information, 5 Legal Tools to Protect Your Assets from Lawsuits. But for now, let's talk about 6 things to know about asset protection. Number 1, the benefits. Now, when you establish a proper asset protection plan, a legal opponent or creditor recognizes that you are no longer an easy target. Little to no assets are within the reach of a judgment, and this puts you in a powerful position. Most importantly, this can deter a lawsuit, or in the event of a lawsuit or judgment, provide substantial negotiation leverage. Number 2, financial privacy. One of the first benefits of implementing simple legal vehicles is to protect assets through privacy of ownership. And you can own real property or other forms of wealth privately, therefore reducing your visible net worth. And this can reduce the risk of frivolous lawsuits or a predatory legal situation. Now, when a contingency fee lawyer reviews a case, they decide whether they want to take it or not. He or she will first perform a public records search. He will look for available assets that he can liquidate easily to satisfy a judgment, and no assets tied to an individual name drastically reduces the chances of a lawyer taking the case on a contingency fee basis. So this is lawsuit deterrence. Number 3 is lawsuit avoidance. Lawsuits and litigation are expensive, as you know, and they are really financial vampires. When you protect your assets through a well thought out plan, there's less to lose. You're standing in the middle of the road and you see a truck coming. Of course, you need to get the heck out of the way. So the only real winners in a lawsuit are the lawyers. Even when you win a lawsuit, you are still out your legal expenses, as you know. And this can even be substantially higher than the lawsuit itself. Now, preventing a lawsuit is more important than winning a lawsuit. And asset protection planning is a key measure that can prevent you from being involved in a long, drawn-out legal battle. Number 4, judgment proofing. Now, the final straw in any plan is to protect assets is this. Did it prevent the seizure of your assets? That's the real test. Achieving this may require powerful international legal tools, such as an offshore trust. And this is because such action can separate your assets from the reach of local courts. Thus, it places your assets outside of the reach of a creditor. Now, let's talk about types of planning. The primary vehicles for estate planning and asset protection are as follows. There's trusts, limited liability companies, and foreign LLCs are some of the most common legal tools. So this breaks down into number 5, domestic asset protection planning. Now, there are a few options that provide protection of one's asset using legal vehicles and business entities in one's home jurisdiction. An LLC is a good first level of protection. Not the strongest level, but it's a good first level. And then the introduction of the Domestic Asset Protection Trust, or DAPTs, is a relatively new thing in the United States. And as of this video, only 17 states have them. And such legal entities can provide mid-level asset protection. But when I really dug in and I studied the case law, I did not see domestic asset protection trusts very well or at all for people who live outside the state that offers them. Even if you live inside the state, there haven't been very, very strong evidence of asset protection. And when a person lives outside of the state and the assets are outside of the state, one or the other or both, the case law is not good at all. So, for example, someone who lives in California and they try to use a Nevada asset protection trust from one of these promoters, you can bet that the California judge will get to the assets. I've seen the case law over and over again. Number 6, offshore asset protection planning. The most effective asset protection plans involve a network of legal entities and structures offshore. Nevis, and that's down south of southeast of Florida, and the Cook Islands, which is south of Hawaii, are two of the strongest and safest jurisdictions in the world that offer asset protection trusts. First of all, these countries do not recognize foreign court orders. And secondly, when your local court says, give me the money, our law firm in Nevis or the Cook Islands says, you don't have jurisdiction down here. Now, you don't get in trouble because you're cooperating. And none of our clients have ever gotten into hot water for doing so. So when you move your assets to a legal jurisdiction outside of the reach of the local predators, it puts you in a much stronger position, and it offers really some of the strongest asset protection in the world. Now, if you want more information on setting up an asset protection plan to keep legal creditors out of your pockets, call Asset Protection Planners. We have locations in both the Eastern and Western time zones. You can call us at 1-661-310-2930 or visit assetprotectionplanners.com right now, and you can fill out one of our free consultation forms. Thank you.